from the Ticats Audio Network. This is Ticats Today with Louie B.
Well, the Ticats are staying busy locking up players ahead of February 8th free agency. One of those players right there on your screen, a three-time CFL All-Star offensive lineman, Brandon Revenberg. And Rev, you decided to stick around. You decided to re-sign. Was there any temptation to take it to free agency, or why did you decide to re-sign ahead of time?
I think there's always going to be some thoughts in the back of your head if you need to push it to free agency or not. I mean, at the end of the day, what you're getting paid has a heavy influence on, where you're going to go. But I mean, I love being in Hamilton. I mean, I've been here since 2016, and I always kind of look back and I think, winning a Grey Cup is going to be an amazing feeling, but especially winning it with Hamilton will be even better.
What was it about this team last year where things didn't come as easily as they did, in 2019? There was some resilience, especially on the offensive line. You were playing with different guys to your left and right. It seemed like almost every game. But what was it about last season that maybe you learned something about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, as far as looking back, I feel like you always try to find lessons in every game you play. If you win a game, it's a little bit harder to find those learning lessons. When you lose, it's a little easier to find those learning lessons. It just hurts a bit more, right? And I mean, we definitely had some hurting earlier on and throughout, but I do think that helped us overall. I mean, I think it helped us develop a resiliency. Unfortunately, we didn't have the outcome that we were looking for at the end of the season, but I think that at the very least we were in it. We're looking to build upon that this year.
Now, Chris Van Zyl re-signed. I mean, he's the definition of a grizzled vet. You're getting there, and you did get to play alongside a lot of guys who you got to see up close their development. Jordan Murray making the jump, Yarborough making the jump, yep. Darius at center, Coulter on the other side there. What was that like for you as somebody who's come up and had been kind of asked to take more of a leadership role on that offensive line?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely felt proud, watching those guys, because I know I kind of look back at myself when I was starting out as a rookie, and I had my vets, I had Filer and Bauman that kind of took me under the wing. And, I think they definitely helped me develop into the player that I am today. So I always want to make sure that I pay it forward, especially, if you're trying to build a championship team, you're going to have rookies, you're going to have younger guys. And I do think that it is relies heavily on the veterans to make sure you build those guys up and you make sure that they're playing to the best of their abilities. But, when you have those guys and they're so willing to learn and put in the time and effort, I mean, it puts a smile on your face as a veteran, because you got a good group of guys.
Yeah, and I listen to just about everyone. Make sure I give a shout out to Joe, who re-signed, Jesse, yep. Of course, and everybody on that scout team who does such a great job. Let's talk about 2022. Obviously, the expectations are going to be there. You know that, having played in back-to-back Grey Cups. How do you kind of approach the off season? How do you approach going into the season, knowing that once again expectations are high for this group?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just kind of look back at what I did those 2 previous years, and you just kind of try to repeat that. And if anything, just build upon it a little bit more, So, I mean, you're starting training right now. You're trying to take care of your body. I think it's the end of the game or end of the day. It's just kind of do what you did, but just a little bit more, just try to keep adding on to that, keep trying to stack it. And then, when the season comes, it's just take things day by day, week by week, and that's how you got to go, right? Until you make it to the end there.
And now going into, having a full season under your belt with Coach Mike Gibson and kind of, having that continuation of guys who are coming back, I have to imagine that, it's going to be a little bit easier to hit the ground running day one of training camp.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of know what the expectation is because it's going to carry over from last year. Whereas when you get a new guy, you're trying to feel each other out. You're not exactly sure how things are, what he's looking for, his technique that he's looking for and all that. So, I mean, now I know if I go into camp and I'm going to get my butt chewed a little bit, I already know what it's going to be for, right? So I know the things that he's looking for. So it does make things a little bit, I mean, like you said, he kind of has that continuity. So you can definitely build on things a little bit easier and faster.
All right, Rev, what is your message to Ticats fans out there? You got a little window here. What do you want to say to all the Ticats fans who are watching?
Hey, love you guys. Here we go, another year at it. Happy to be back.
Well said, and they're happy to see you back. Brandon, thanks so much for doing this. Enjoy your downtime. I know you're going to start hitting the gym hard and can't wait to see you in camp in a few months there.
Definitely. Thanks for having me on here, Luke.